The girl. Let her go. Here is a bridge. It's snowy. What's happening? Shut up. Come any closer. I'll kill him. Sorry, but you're not gonna get the chance. Bang. Phoenix, you good? I'm reading through the file of an old court case. It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. Fugitive data. Terry Falls. Charged kidnapping, murder. Sentenced death penalty. Oh man. After escaping, Falls met with and then murdered Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Recaptured on Eagle Mountain about 8 hours after his escape. Our very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. This was a whole year before Mia and I ever met. Six years earlier, Mia Fey, first trial. Also, what's Phoenix doing in a hospital bed? What? District Court, defendant lobby number 4. Yes, it is Mia again. Sadly, they lose the footage to the first episode, so that's not here anymore. I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm gonna die. I never should have accepted this case. Dude, I don't think you need to bring that with you. Do you have to bring that with you? That could be considered a weapon if you can hold it. Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia. I didn't do nothing. I swear, I didn't kill nobody. Terry Falls, my first client. That's still a double negative, Terry. You didn't kill nobody. It means that you probably did. Sentenced to death 5 years ago, and now a prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Make small talk. Try to relax him. So why did you escape anyway? I'm sorry. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lied. I didn't escape from no one. But Mr. Falls, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago. Sorry. I told a little lie. Oh boy. But anyway, I didn't do it. I never killed nobody. Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right? Yeah, I'm really sorry. They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was tricked, I tell you. That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear, I didn't kill her. I could never do that. You gotta be fashionable. 2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed. I mean, listen, not death row inmate, but Maggie, she was in prison for a month. She had a maid dress on, so, you know, whatever. Then about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. The police believe that Terry Falls did it. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman? Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped. So that much is true. He did meet with the victim. But I didn't kill her. She was alive when I left. She was alive. It's true. I can trust him, right? I mean, I should. Huh. It's him! Oh my gosh. Oh, totally him. You're not gonna figure out the truth just by staring at the guy. Why are you here? I came to see how our little kitten was doing all alone in the big scary lion's den. I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with. Where's Mr. Ghostberg? That old man's probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. She was in a holding cell for a month? That's insane. I guess that makes some sense. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me. Diego Armando. That's his real name? My God. I didn't say... So Diego Armando, the finest attorney at Grossberg Law Offices, is here for me? No. You got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine. Escaped death row convict for a first client. Yeah, thanks. I sure wish I could get out of it, though. Relax. I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. Really? However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned a reputation as a genius since the beginning of his law career. Oh, don't worry, it can't be anyone too important. Genius? Well, it's about time to head in, kitten. Sharpen those claws of yours. It's go time. Fantastic. I wonder who this Diego Armando person could be. They look so suave. Did you? Alright. Solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. February 16th, 10 a.m. There he is. It's not the other judge. That's funny. Court is now in session for the trial of Terry Falls. I think it's the voice I gave him. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. I understand lawyers for both sides are newcomers. Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mia Fey. Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. That's a fancy outfit, also. So you're the new prosecutor everyone is talking about, eh? They say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age. At 20, Your Honor. I guess a little kitten hasn't earned herself much of a reputation yet, huh? Come on, Mia. You can't lose. Not to someone younger than you. Yeah, Mia. You got this. Just ignore the fact that in the first episode you said that your first trial ended up in failure. Just ignore that fact. You got this. You'll win it. Young people running a trial. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Neither. The defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago he escaped from a police wagon. Is that correct? Precisely. But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered. So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her death. You got it, kitten. Well then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement. Yes, Your Honor. It was 5 years ago. The defendant Terry Falls was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he drew off the bridge was only 14 years old. Truly a horrible crime. I remember it well. We actually have a court record. Can we see all these things? Move from my profession. Brand new and sparkles in the light. Valerie's autopsy report. Stabbed with a knife in the back. Died from blood loss between 4 to 5 p.m. My client, sentenced to death 5 years ago. Escaped from custody 2 days ago. Valerie Hawthorne, 23. Police officer and the victim, the key witness in the case against Falls 5 years ago. So, theoretically his motive would be revenge, even though I'm assuming he did not actually do it. Diego Mondo, age 27, meaning he's probably 32 in the current timeline. Hotshot lawyer, my senior and rival at the office, a bit smug. And Miles Edgeworth, age 20, dubbed a genius as soon as he started as a prosecutor. Today is his court debut. Alright, that's all the evidence there. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. Correct, but in the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony. A witness's testimony. Valerie. The testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throw his young victim into the river. Did you do that? For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies fall in there are never recovered. So, Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away. That policewoman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be... Exactly. The victim. The same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Oh, I see. The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago. With only one thing on his mind, to take revenge against the woman who convicted him. Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes. It's quite obvious that the defendant is guilty. Objection! Wait a minute. That's not right. We still have to go through the whole fucking thing. Please don't do this. At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor. I'm tired, though. Watch yourself, Miss Faye. I'm not sure I care for your word choice or your tone of voice. What? Young people these days don't know how to respect their elders. You're 20 years old. You're even younger than me, you hypocrite. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness. I called the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case. Detective Oh, God damn it! I was joking. I didn't think he was here. Witness, state your name and occupation. Gumshoe. Detective Dick Gumshoe. I'm the homicide detective in charge of this case, sir. I thought I got promoted to detective division half a year ago. I don't believe anyone asked you about that. Hey, ma'am! You got any idea how much work it takes? Cause I kinda don't know. What is it? You're really gorgeous. Oh my god. Excuse me? Nah, seriously, my heart is aching for you. Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up on a contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache. Okay, I got it. Now, detective, tell us about the incident. Yes, sir, right away. Calm down, Omega. The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, veteran on the police force. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss. Not much is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself. Yeah, sir, gotcha. Okay, let's take a look at this aerial map of the area here. I drew it myself! What do you think? That's good. This is a sketch of the Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge. And the river that runs under there is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met there, on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured at a police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir. Wait, so he stabs her in the back and drags... Why won't he just toss her in the river? The body will never show up. I see. Bridge located 40 feet above Eagle River. Was the victim's blood found on the bridge? The victim? Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge. Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there. Your Honor. If you could listen to the testimony that we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on that bridge that day. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not sure I like you wagging your finger at me, though I was some hoser. Detective, proceed with your testimony. Yes, sir. Here we go, Mia. Hang on. Okay, now, listen carefully, kitten. One little mistake, and this guy will drink you for morning tea. Trust me and get ready. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to the Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. Mr. Falls, I just realized his name is Mr. Falls. You still going? Yes, I am still going. I thought there would be an investigation, but this seems to be a short case from the past, so maybe we'll complete the entire thing? I'm not sure. I don't know how long this case actually is. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. I can only go for 2 more hours, to be honest. Criminal stuffed their body in his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at the police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. Oh yeah, I did bring water. I'll do it again. I'll drink some water. Thank you. Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge. Naturally. Just naturally, he's like still smug even in his younger years. Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination? Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination coming right up. Hey, settle down there, kitten. If you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee. I'm not trembling. It's just cold in here. The courtroom can be a cold battlefield, alright? Especially for a beginner. I don't need you to worry about me. I mean, the defendant, the witness, everyone's a beginner in here. Huh. You got me there. Maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you got, kitten. It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up all last night watching. Did you sleep? You probably should have slept. You was drinking coffee even then? Man, this dude's been a coffee addict for years. Hold it! This unknown person, you have no idea who it might be, right? Sorry, but I'm afraid I do. What? I want to call the Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Falls. What? The defendant? The defendant called her? Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls. A note? Yeah, top secret memo she left on her desk. Confidential police materials written by the victim. According to this note, it seems the one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Falls. Whose idea was it to keep that note from me? Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer. It's a detective's fault. He's the one that said unknown person. Hey, now don't make that face at me. I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to. Was that a trap? That cute face. I didn't expect him to be so sneaky. He does have a cute face. A bridge up in the mountains? But why meet up there? Because it's a very important place to the defendant, that's why. It was the place where he got sentenced to death, I guess. What do you mean by that? If you remember 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped a young girl. He was chased onto a bridge, and it was there that he killed his hostage. The place where all of this occurred is, of course, Dusky Bridge. The very place where Sergeant Hawthorne arrested and handcuffed Mr. Falls. Ha! Turning to the scene of the crime. How nostalgic. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. Whoops. Was the body of the victim discovered right away? Yeah. We were really on the ball. We found the criminal within an hour of the murder. It was great. We even got to say, "Don't move! We've got you surrounded!" It's awesome. Wait a second. Isn't there something weird about that? Location of the suspension bridge up in the mountains. Well, how did they find out about the crime so quickly? Sergeant Hawthorne must have mentioned the phone call to someone else, right? Huh. That's what happened. Then she wouldn't have been killed. He never mentioned the phone call from Mr. Falls, but she left a note on her desk about it. If only I'd noticed it earlier. Maybe she'd still be alive. Yeah, it's a clean-ass jacket. Looking suave. I wonder why she didn't mention the phone call to anyone. Maybe she... Or my guess right now here is maybe our death row inmate here 5 years ago did not throw that girl off the bridge. Something happened with Valerie, and she was at fault. I'm not really too sure, but maybe he is. Maybe he did do it. Either way, she knows something. She maybe planted evidence because she was like, I will say that I'm a witness, even though I'll basically, maybe she perjured herself. Either way, she then gets a phone call by Falls saying, I know what you did. You lied about the case. I'm going to tell them. And she's like, well, I can't let that happen. I got to go clean this up. But somehow she ends up dead. Don't know why. Still don't know anything about this case. We literally just started it. And we've been giving all this information pretty fast. So, yeah. That's my little guess there. It can go many ways. Mr. Falls had a car then? That bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right? What? You mean the defendant drove his own car? No, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves. Is this guy sure about anything he feels? About anything? This is the photo of the stolen car's trunk. Oof. Dead. Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there. Whoa. That doesn't look too comfortable. It does not look pretty comfortable at all. The victim. She was stabbed in the back, correct? Yeah. Huh. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back. We're talking about a woman here. What? You can tell from the photo, but the knife was stuck in her back nice and firm. The condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car? Here's a photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange. Do you anyway? Mr. Falls was arrested. What did the defendant have to say about this photo? What he always says, ma'am. I didn't do nothing. That's all he says. Nothing. I wouldn't say he did nothing. At the very least, we know he stole a car. Just nothing. He be nothing. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. It's just that he always says, it's just what he always says, Your Honor. And then he always says, sorry, I told a little lie. Or something like that. Oh boy. Well, in any case, it seems he was caught and arrested. Precisely. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. Listen up, kid. There's a big trap waiting for you in that testimony. A trap? Walk into it carelessly and you leave more than just a flesh wound. Fun, huh? No, it's not! Well, if you want to have any chance at all, you better get some more information. And if you're gonna get caught in a trap, it's best to get caught early. You can always look for contradictions afterwards. The ever-famous contradictions. I hope I can find some of those. There's a trunk. That certainly is some impressive police work. Well, no, actually, it was way too close for comfort. We set up that checkpoint after 5 p.m. Just after 5 p.m. We figured that Mr. Falls might try to run. What do you mean it was too close in comfort? The two of them arranged to meet at 4:30 p.m. and it takes approximately 30 minutes to get to go from the bridge to the checkpoint. That was kind of close. Any later, Mr. Falls could have slipped right by. Listen, Alright. He showed me an image of the trunk. Proof of my profession. It's brand new and sparkles in the light. It sparkles. 4 to 5 p.m. Located above Eagle River. February 14th, 1:21 p.m. Falls, 4:30 p.m. at that bridge. Wear a white scarf for identification. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Who the hell is Dahlia? Why not just try to dump the body? This photo feels important. She was in a jacket. There's very little blood. Yeah, I guess I could go with that. There's very little blood in the car, so... Pretty important. Because why not? There we go. Witness? Why is he laughing? What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye? I'm sorry, I totally forgot what I was going to say. This is the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like that. You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Say it, little kid, want a piece of my coffee candy? Candy? Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. Come on, Mia, shake it off. You're a lawyer. A right detective. Yes, ma'am? This photo. You said that there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct? Yeah, that's what I said. Then I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim. Yeah, where's the fucking scarf? Note? Very clearly says to wear a white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like. Thus, this special request. I have one very simple question for you, Detective. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo. Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am. And you stopped there? You should have looked for it. The caller told her to wear it to identify herself, so I'd expect she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this? I see the defense is a little lacking. What? You're lacking. The scarf you are searching for so desperately for, is it this one perchance? Scarf? Oh, where'd you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation. Why? Why'd you tell me? I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. Huh. I thought your lawyer sure has a flair for the dramatic. It's not exactly white, as the caller requested, but as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. It looks like it spent some time in the mud. Not surprisingly, I was dazzling on the mountain that day. Prosecutor Edgeworth, he was intentionally hiding the scarf the whole time. The court will now accept the scarf into evidence. Worn by the victim at the time of the incident, found at Dusky Bridge. Is it though? It's a very light blue scarf. Maybe she just didn't find one. Yeah, I don't own a white scarf. Now, the attorney for the defense has finished embarrassing herself. I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is all right with you, isn't it, Miss Faye? Boy, would I like to wrap this scarf around that smarmy little neck. Very good. Now, if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively that, with hard evidence, that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on the bridge that day. Furthermore, we will show exactly what occurred there. That sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it. Everything is moving at his whim. Don't forget, kidden. There's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. A genius, huh? Events on Dusky Bridge. Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir. It was drizzling that day, unfortunately. It's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off. Looking at this photo, you really get the sense that this bridge is very high up. It is about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to Eagle River down below. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? And let's just say that it was well-intentioned third party. Aha! A potential witness. So why isn't that person in the courtroom? Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify. The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Oh, merely now. I'm kind of guessing who it is. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel them to testify. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Seems to have taken by the witness. So as you can see, Terry Falls had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear that at this point what happened on that bridge. Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty. Not again! That's not fair! I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. What do you mean? This guy is just staring like, I don't know what you're talking about. Can't say their name? Who is this eyewitness? He's a college student. Oh, is she now? A female college student? That's right. Meaning she's female and a college student, ma'am. What was that? What? She doesn't do well in front of other people, so I came to testify for her. Maybe so, but as the attorney for the defense, I have the right to cross-examine her. Objection. For the time being, we're not relying on witness statements, that is all. What is that supposed to mean? The prosecution has other more decisive evidence. Our case doesn't rest on the vague testimony of a female college student. A female college student, eh? It means she's female and a college student. What the fuck are you? Why you keep bringing that up? If you absolutely must hear her testimony, you'll have to give us a good reason why. The victim is wearing the scarf in that photo, alright. So about the witness who took the photo. What was the person doing all the way in the mountains? He was taking photos of wildflowers, apparently. There are many unusual types of flora on that mountain, Miss Faye. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that live there. Spirits? Now that you mention it, this photo. This cloudy fog-like thing. Is it a ghost? I don't believe it. No, Your Honor, no, I don't think it's a ghost. Oh my god. Drizzling, huh? That's right. There was light rain coming down. The whole place was dreary. But not as dreary as the mood that's in this courtroom right now. Looks like a cold front just moved in. In any case, the point is that the area was quite damp. There was even some fog. I even slipped and fell while I was on the bridge. That was really something. Is that part of the witness's testimony as well? Of course it is! He pushed the victim hard in the back and she fell down right on her stomach. I remember that happening once myself. It was really brutal. Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed, or were you the one getting pushed? Or does he mean that you pushed someone down like that once? With his mind-boggling tales and the way he says brutal? I wonder if he's a Canadian. Oh my god. Huh. David has to look for the right person. Huh? Take a look. Poor baby. The court record seems to have wetted itself. Hey, watch where you spill your coffee! Court record, huh? So in other words, there was a struggle between the criminal and the victim, huh? That's what the witness said. Well, it looks like she didn't remember about the scarf. But from what she said, it's on a pretty violent fight, ma'am. Which would explain why the scarf was covered in mud, but there's something about this testimony that's still bothering me. Hey, talk about surprise. I had no idea there was a photo. So what do I do? You really still believe him? Mr. Crybaby, I mean? Of course I do. Huh. So the little kitten believes in fairy tales, huh? In that case, the answer is obvious. If what you believe is the truth, then that means that somewhere hidden in the testimony is a contradiction. One huge contradiction waiting to be discovered. That's your chance. Huh. Where's her hat? Why she got that hat on, but where's her hat? Look, we're talking about scarves. What about the hat? I guess to be fair, only said come with a hat. Didn't say about anything with a scarf. To 2 victims. Can you see his scars from here? Not really. It's hard to shove someone from behind a meeting like that, though. Like, did you just sort of turn him around, or... Down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Vivek wearing the scarf. Found on Dusky Bridge. I did it because there was no scars, so you can. It's hard to see the scars, but you can. There's a light there and there's rain, so whatever. It's also from his back. Where is this taken from? Part of the bridge is gone. What's the angle of this? Just the rocks? Now I'm questioning where this photo is taken from. Like, look at it. It's kind of crazy. Huh. At 4:30 p.m. that bridge. That must have been when the scarf fell off, huh? Stab with a knife in the back, death from blood loss. 40 feet above Eagle River. Doesn't seem anything too contradictory. This person could be an imposter, by the way. I contradict this statement with this other photo. down from behind and stabbed her in the back. I guess you could have turned around at some point. Must have been when the scarf fell off. Oh man. There's very little to go on in this. Also, I feel tired. This is how I've been streaming for so long. My brain is addled from all that casing. But I can still do this. I'm just thinking about my apple though. Pushed the victim hard in the back. She fell down right on her stomach. That is true. I could always stop. I'm gonna keep trying for a little bit longer. If I do feel tired, I'll just save here and then. I'll save here right now though, but I'll keep trying. I'll still go for a little bit. As I did do a pretty good stream for today. Let's keep going. Let's think. I remember happening to myself once. What the fuck does that even mean, my guy? These people get distracted so easily. The court record, huh? There's your chance. Contradiction in the testimony. Maybe this will help. No, this is gonna be weird, but high transparency. I just pressed that by accident. Criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. I feel like that photo doesn't really support that, but I guess it does, huh? That's my theory. It's like, what? Maybe this was staged, or this was the victim, but they weren't gonna have an argument. There wasn't an argument that happened, but then the stab happened some other time. She fell down right on her stomach. Down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Stabbed with a knife in the back. Died from blood loss between 4 to 5 p.m. I just started to be like, oh, there's very little evidence. So at this point, you could just try doing that. Oh, I saved it in the middle of a thing. That's where I was going. I was like, this is weird. Like, I am. It's at 1:21 p.m. So at the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct? Yeah. Fog too. Oh yeah, her clothes aren't soggy, huh? Oh yeah, that makes sense. Wow. It's generally a soggy atmosphere. Move my hair. Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere. This is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk. Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right. Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what isn't right. What? I mean, just in general, like... she's pretty dry. That's what the answer is right here. The victim's coat? As far as I can see, there's nothing strange about it. That's exactly what's strange. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. The dusky bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge, then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud. That's exactly right. The other day I fell on a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befouled. Objection. I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If your honor had fallen in the shower instead of on a muddy street, your glorious hockey beard pride of the legal league would be wet but not muddy. Fortunately, I have yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken. Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? The surface of the bridge, huh? Huh. A real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this. Neither would a real woman. Of course I can. Oh? Here's the evidence that proves the bridge was muddy. Look at the scarf. It's so muddy. Look at it. The evidence is the scarf. Ah. It should be obvious. If the scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy, it means that the bridge was obviously covered in mud. No, I can't be outwitted by a novice bimbo. Whoa! Mean? Hey, same to you, buddy. You novice bimbo. Fucking go. You wanna fight? I'll fight you in the parking lot. Miss Faye's assertion makes perfect sense to me. Objection. I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction? Huh? For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation is in this case, shall we? Alright. It's not like he's really giving me a choice here. Ha! You're doing pretty well for a little kitten. Mr. Armando. No matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness's testimony that stated she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. That's pretty simple, isn't it? False evidence. It's one of those three. What you said just now, I'm not sure I like that. But that wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the coffee aficionado over there that said it. The court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. Maybe not him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into court. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as flimsy as the flimsy scam it really is. Yes, the false evidence in this case is... Witness's testimony. It's a no-brainer. Obviously, it's the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective I meant the other witness's testimony. Detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen? Yeah, that's what the witness told us. That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. That's true. Huh. It's not just true, it's the truth. And who's truly a decisive witness in this case? I'm certain that boy Wonder over there would have called them in the first place. Your Honor, the defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague but contradictory as well. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears that we'll need to hear from your mystery witness after all. You should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time. Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth? Now let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead. Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her own eyes. This is it, Mia. The battle begins here. Let's bring her out. Witness? What is your name and occupation? There you are, you freaking evil butterflies! What the fuck? Everyone is so silent that I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter. When I look at you, how can I put it? You look as scrumptious as a double and a dozen donut holes. What? I feel like I want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a bite. Hey, not so fast! It is her. As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You are a true gentleman. Miss Faye, you could learn a lot from this man. If he's such a gentleman, he sure doesn't act like one to me. He just called me a bimbo, what the fuck? Sir? Yes, my dear. This is my first time. I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause. Not at all. It's no trouble at all. Now then, may we please have your name and occupation? My name is Melissa Foster. I'm a college student, a freshman in the literature department. You were on the scene when the unfortunate event occurred, correct? And you were the one who took this photo. Is that accurate? How can you be so mean? I literally just asked you if you took the photo, ma'am. Now see here, what are you doing shoving that in her face like that? No one got killed in the photo! But it's just a photograph. It's not like something, it's dangerous. What? Next time I'll be forced to penalize you. Uh-oh. I don't like the turn this is taken. Is she staring at me? And you would be... Huh? I'm the defense attorney. My name is Mia Fey. I see. So you are. Do you know her? Do you know her mom? Now then, young lady, could you please give us your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best. The thoughtless. Witness's photograph. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wild flowers. Then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo. that shows the crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police. By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred? I believe the map would be of help here. I was standing right over here. Bruh. What are you talking about? How do you even see anything with that? A beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs. So you took the photo from that location, eh? I bought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to. Oh, what a cute camera, just like its owner. Melissa Foster took the witness's photo with this small but powerful model. Alright then, Miss Faye, time for your cross-examination. But I warn you, make the witness cry again, and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel. Don't know if I can press her that much. So I guess I would. Standing on the suspension bridge. Suddenly they started fighting. Is that a fight? How is that a fight? There's no fight going on. Witness, you said when you took the photo in the crucial moment, is this what you meant? All I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. You testified that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that? Well, you see, the photo we presented was the only one there was. But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it. Don't. What are you, Homer Simpson? My apologies, young lady. But Miss Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit. He can certainly downplay a situation, can't he? I'm sorry. I'm a very bad girl. I used it all up. The film, I mean. You ran out of film? This photo was the last one. What? Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all the photographs she took that day. All the other photos are the witness herself playing among the wildflowers. The witness herself? Then who took the photos? Well, you see, the camera has a timer feature built into it. So you took the photos yourself? I remember taking some photos of myself once too. Please, no details. I don't want to hear anything else. It seems that Miss Faye's assertion was not so decisive after all. Wait just a minute. Well, if she had no film left, you couldn't very well take more pictures, eh? Miss Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about a different sort of photo. Photos of the incident that you took with your very own eyes. Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet. Oh my god. Very well then. Let's get back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed. Yes, Mr. Judge. Boy, this guy's a really sucker for a sweet talk. Huh. Looks like the other kid in the room is the one that's getting all the attention. Yeah, it's sickening. I was using my camera... Wildflowers, huh? Did you say wildflowers? Yes, the mountain is famous for its beautiful spring wildflowers. But it's only February. Well, I couldn't wait for spring to come. Oh, I know just how you feel. It's just like when I first started growing this glorious beard of mine. I just couldn't wait, so I wore a dyed blonde Santa beard until mine grew in properly. Would you mind if we get back to the facts of the case, Your Honor? Don't know what the fuck you just said. Was there anything strange about the two of them? I'm a bad girl. I know I am. It looked like they were having a really serious conversation up there, so I decided to watch them. Like some kind of peeping Tom. No, not at all. Everyone is like that. I love watching other people fight too. In fact, I can't get enough of it. I watch World Star every day. Actually, that's why I took this job in the first place. It's quite fun. Too much info, Your Honor. In any case, it's perfectly natural for you to keep watching them, especially dressed as they were. Well, anyway, I was watching them very closely. How'd it go? You have any idea what they were fighting about? No. I have no idea. Why do you ask that? Oh, I just thought that maybe you overheard what they said. I would never eavesdrop. I've got more class than that. That's right, Miss Faye. Don't drag the witness down to your level. "10 yards. Could you see from that angle at 10 yards? I don't think so. No, you can't see from that angle at 10 yards. Even if she did. Witness, your testimony is a joke. Huh? But what? But I just... Miss Faye, I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry. One short testimony. Oh, whoops. There you go. One short testimony and 2 bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse. You said there were 2 contradictions? I just got done with the other case and I was like, remember the angle of the view? The conal angle of a person looking at something is like, oh yeah, this. I always looked at this image right here and I was like, how does she see the entire crime? We can't see the bridge. We can't see the other part of the bridge. So there were 2 contradictions. It's simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony, the 2 of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were, and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well then, she would have hit a dead end. That too, yes. You said 10 yards, but she could have only ran even 5, because Dusky Bridge collapsed on that side. What does this all mean? It's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it. This beautiful young lady has been lying to the court? Objection! Just a moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion. What do you mean? There's one major mistake in this diagram. What did you say? What are you referring to? It's all because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it. So you're saying it... I'm saying that even though this bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident. That's ridiculous! You can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. I apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. Huh. That guy's good. Huh? What do you mean? He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, alright. The diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy. What? Coward. Well, Miss Faye, it seems you've once again made a reckless accusation. What? I'm so sorry. I should have been more careful myself. No. It wasn't your fault at all. Now then, shall we go on with this trial? I'd like to establish once and for all what it was that the witness actually saw. Indeed. All right, young lady, may I ask you to please proceed with your testimony? But it's so hard to go on. The butterflies. We're all on your side, Miss Foster. There's no need to worry. Just tell us what you saw. Some bullshit. Yes, sir. Running from the crime. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He just couldn't leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. I mean, you did mention a good point. Why didn't he just toss the body away? Witnessing such a violence must have been difficult. Yes, sir. I'm still shaken up. If he accepts this testimony as it is, we're finished. Don't say that. Oh, well. Maybe I'll stop off my favorite cafe on the way home. They make really great mocha latte. This trial isn't over yet. Huh. That's what I like to hear. All right, Miss Faye. Your cross-examination, if you please. The contradiction is staring you right in the face, Mia. Go on and attack it. You mean the defendant carried the body all by himself? Yes. Considering the size of the defendant, I don't think it'd be difficult. Yes, but let's remember they were on a narrow bridge that was ready to collapse. Is it even possible for him to have carried a dead body on a bridge like that? Objection. Well, the fact of the matter is that he did. That kind of talk is just silly. Wow, why did he get so emotional all of a sudden? Miss Faye, if you think there's some other possibility, please share it with the rest of us. Is there a way to just say, hey, yo, maybe you could have touched the body off? Don't think so. Oh wait, there's also neither her. Melissa Foster, age 19, college student, witnessed and photographed the incident on Dusky Bridge. That she stabbed her in the arms. Are you saying that the victim didn't fall down on that bridge? Actually, maybe she did fall? Of course she didn't fall down on the bridge. If she had fallen down, the photo wouldn't make any sense. If that was the case, her coat would have been all muddy. If you don't mind, I was asking the witness. No need to be so rude. Well, young lady? Of course she didn't fall down. The man in the prison uniform grabbed her before she could. Huh. We're one step too slow. And then, what did the defendant do after that? How fast? You personally witnessed that? Yes. Did anything strange happen when he did that? Well, I don't know if you'd call it strange or not, but that's when the victim's scarf fell off. You mean the scarf? Her words match what we found at the scene. I don't see any problem. You can just leave her on top of that bridge. Why do you say that? It's already a broken down bridge hidden away in the mountains. Doing anything more to hide the corpse would be going overboard, wouldn't it? Yes, but that mountain is famous among hikers. A surprising number of people go up there. But it's February, right? And it was raining that day, correct? There is also a small temple and a channeling dojo there. Wait, a what? You know those monks. They just love cold, isolated places. Is this happening near Korean village? I think the witness is trying to say that a corpse would have been found at any time. Besides, the witness is merely reporting what she witnessed with her own eyes. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. And you're absolutely certain that it was my client who was carrying the body. Well, he was wearing a prisoner's uniform, but as for his face... So you're saying you didn't get a clear look at his face? Well, they were far away, and it was raining as well. That's actually smart. Don't go too overboard. I thought I was only supposed to say exactly what I saw. Excellent. You are a remarkably honest young woman. Something about his testimony is bothering me, but what? Hey, kitten. Have you ever put salt in your coffee? No, why would I? What? Why not? Huh? It may actually go better with coffee than sugar, right? Listen, my point is, if you're not sure, you might as well add a ton of salt to it. It might bring out the rust in something, like a piece of evidence. He's right, Mia. Go present something. You've got nothing to lose. By the way, I wouldn't put salt in my coffee. The two don't go well after all. It's really a stupid idea, actually. I'm just gonna present this. Don't ask me to confirm your facts. Sorry, this is my first time handling a case. Let's make it a memorable occasion with a penalty. Go easy on me because I'm new. Or just keep pressing. Press it twice. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. No. Then he carried her over to the car. That was a very bloodless scene, but okay. I guess they can't really show too much blood. I don't know what rating this game is. Is this gonna be any helpful anymore? Probably not. It's my... Okay, we got a photo. We got a photo of this as well. Her being in the trunk. A note about that. Got the Eagle River diagram. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. And he carried her over to the car. Like in the rain? That's quite difficult. But we already, I guess, talked about how, like, yeah, sure, fuck it, it's fine. If you don't mind, I was asking the witness. Oh my god. How did you see? Did you just keep following them all the time? Probably, I guess. Carried her over to the car. Suppose it was the only way you could make sure the body stayed hidden. If there's some other possibility, please share it with the rest of us. This is difficult. Also, no one's talking about the hat. Hat's just gone. Poor hat. Just like objection over and over, like this will work. Totally. It's such a weird thing, like, get stabbed in the back, also then carry her immediately. Like, that's difficult to pull off. And carried her over to the car. Just couldn't leave the body up on the bridge. Doing anything more to hide the corpse would go overboard. And she was up there, I guess. One with the victim in time of the incident found on Dusky Bridge. I thought that was it. I thought the music stopped for a second. I was like, oh yes, I did it. It didn't really work at all. No. Police officer and the victim, key witness in the case. I think that a very short amount of evidence would be this difficult. For some reason, I'm having a lot of hard time with this. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Or I just can't really think of... It seems so like, these are all the pieces of evidence. That's it. You'll be fine. It's like, So, I'm thinking about it. The thing on the left must be the ledge she couldn't see most of the rock. Yeah, I'm still thinking. I may ask for a hint. No, don't say that. Like, she was sitting there and she sees them there. She would run backwards. She couldn't run. The bridge, I guess, his theory is the bridge is intact and fine. So then he goes back and takes her to the car. He picked her up in his arms. Again, how would you see that it was taking her to the car? I guess you just sort of... Okay, there we go. A killer not wanting the victim to be found, I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found. Well, what is it? Take another look at the map of the area and you see how. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. Ah! In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. If 10 murders were to occur in that same spot above the Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed a body in the water. That's what I've been trying to prove this entire time. I just didn't know which evidence could do it. Order, order, order. I'm not sure I care for the way you put that, Miss Faye. But I must admit it does seem odd to not have thrown the body into the river. Well, Mr. Edgeworth. Ah, how sad. Perhaps Miss Faye would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature. What are you talking about? My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. Quite true. Miss Faye, it seems that your assertion is without merit after all. Objection! But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous. Objection! Surely you can deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car. That's certainly consistent with what the witness has told us. Please, witness, go on with your testimony. I'll try. All you have to do is tell us only what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again. Who is he talking about? All right. I'll do my best. The killer broke into the trunk of a stolen car and hid the body in there. What did the man do then? Well, naturally, he got in the car and was about to flee. That's when I came to my senses. I said to myself, you have to call the police. So that's when you call the police. You sure that's what you saw? All that with your own eyes? Yes, I'm 100% certain. How do you know it was stolen? You keep talking about the map bridge. Well, Miss Foster, it looks like you've done it this time. Done what? Made a crucial mistake. A crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Faye? The killer broke into the trunk of a stolen car and hid the body there? You're saying you saw that? Oh yeah, that too. I was trying to say that, like, there's like a whole fucking cliff there. How are you gonna see that? In your very own eyes. Yes, and... It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at the diagram. The place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you tried to see the car, this outcropping of rock is directly in the way. Did you just climb it with your delicate body? That's right, Miss Foster. From where you're standing, you could not have possibly seen the killer's car. Objection! I admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. However, it isn't so tall that it wouldn't stop you from seeing the car. That's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine. Why don't we just go over there and prove it? Let's trial 2 days. Why not? I'm so sorry, but that's just not how it works. I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence in the court, yes? This is the location that the photo was taken from? Your own photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge, but the outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff. Oh! Your view should have been completely cut off by the cliff. But you claim to have been able to see the killer's car. No! Order! Order! Order in the court! What is the meaning of all this baloo? Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it. Objection! But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her own eyes, and she did do that sometimes. Oh. Miss Judge? Mr. Judge? Well, what is it? I think I must have remembered things wrong. Hold it. Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that. Objection. Winking at me. Miss Faye, no one is on the face of the planet is perfect. Yes, indeed. Quite true. You know what they say? To err is human. To forgive, divine. I'm glad to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here. What? That's not fair! Huh. Save the tears for later, kitten. Mr. Armando. Don't look back until the trial's over. Now it's time to go forward. But that wasn't fair. Okay, kitten, you need to relax. Then you need to remember the other kitten's testimony. So tell me, how did you know that? How did you know that he broke into the trunk? Huh. Well, Miss Foster, until you can explain how you knew that, you're going to have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom. Well, witness? Well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk because there were marks left on the trunk lid. I'm certain there were scratch marks from when he broke into it. What? Let me see that photo. It's true. These certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Faye, are you satisfied? The judge is on her side. I can't make any mistakes here. But she just said There is a contradiction somewhere. I'll buy it. No, it doesn't work. Melissa Foster, it looks like you finally betrayed yourself. What? You said you were in the field of taking photos of wildflowers, but even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally. I finally got her. Huh. I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here. Then perhaps it would be faster if Miss Fay explained herself. Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness has seen the scratches was... She put the corpse in herself. She's a murderer. There's only one way that the witness had the chance to see those scratches. Yes? What is it? Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who really hid the body in the trunk of that car was... Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it? That's ridiculous. I could never. It was the man in the prison garb. He's the one that... I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Falls had been the one that put the corpse in the trunk, he would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open. But he stole the car! He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light, which means that the key would have still been in the ignition. I see. Oh, damn logic. Let's go. Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. That it couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk. No! Objection! Preposterous to even suggest that the witness would put the body in there. If that's what true, then how do you explain the photos you took? The corpse could only have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. And we already know that at the time she was taking photographs. Now's your chance, Mia. Finish this thing. On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think that too deeply about it. What I'm saying is, the shutter for this may not have been pushed by Miss Foster herself. Just a timer function, buddy. Let's take another look at this camera and see what features it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it, even a mini tripod. Why? It's almost as if she had brought this camera just to take this picture. What are you trying to say then, Miss Fay? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed? Well, if she really did use the camera's auto timer, then the answer is yes. She was somewhere else. Exactly, she was not in the field. Would the defense please explain further? Listen, this is the crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? In answering that question, will also make clear Foster's true identity. But to blow everyone's minds. Well, then please answer this question. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident occurred? She's right here, pretending to be the victim. Naturally, the witness was right here. But that's what the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing. Order! 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 Miss Fay, what on earth? Your Honor, if I may. After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean that there was no time to pull the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met the victim. How asinine! Of course Mr. Falls met with the victim. The only person in the opportunity to have put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Falls. Objection! You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. Yeah, buddy. The person in the photo is not Valerie Hawthorne. Objection. What? I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life. Then who exactly is the victim in this photo? It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness. What? It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster. Me? Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on that mountain day. Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne. Objection. But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was a woman whose testimony helped get him convicted. Objection! But since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in federal penitentiary. He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore. You're just making this up as you go along. Where's your proof? I'm doing a little bit, maybe. You don't know. I've got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open. At the time of the incident, Mr. Falls had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like. You needed a white scarf. Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification, namely the muddy scarf. It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear this scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster? No! She collapsed? Girl? Hey girl, wake up. We got a trial to do. Wake the fuck up. Where's Miss Foster? She's collecting herself in the lobby. It's obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera and snapped a fake photo of them together. The only question is, why did she do it? Well, isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit. Huh. Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Until then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are both to wait in their respective lobbies. Yes, Your Honor. Understood. Very well, the court is in recess. To be continued! Save, yes. Alright. I will indeed now, actually, stop the stream. That was good though. We started episode 4, and it seems like it is a short episode, so we'll probably, the next time we stream this game, we'll probably finish it. It'll probably be the same time, but not tomorrow. I think the day after. If all goes well, I may play a different game tomorrow, but I don't know yet. I'll figure it out as we go. It's either Tuesday or tomorrow. Yeah, great stream. We finished an entire episode instead of this one. I'll see if I can try to go a long days again. It depends. I did get stuck a bit during this episode, quite a bit, but no, it's okay. We made it a pretty good time. Thanks everyone for your support, for coming on out. Oh yeah, no, I know the last episode is long as hell. I'm not finishing this game whatever time next time I stream it. I'm not finishing this game. I know that. Oh jeez. I can at least try finishing the episode, obviously, if this is a shorter episode. Because obviously there's very little evidence in it, and it seems like we're nearing the end. I'm assuming it's going to end on a massacre, because I remember that is kind of what happened in episode 1. They talked about there was a death in her first trial or something. I assume good old Armando isn't going to make it, but then he does, I guess. Maybe his death was highly exaggerated, and he wears a visor. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, how this all plays out. Thank you, everyone, for coming on out. Great stream. 9 whole hours. We made 9-hour mark. Good on us. All right. I'll see you next time. Have a good afternoon, evening, whatever.